Hi, it's Lori from Positive Thanks Living. I'm here to do the weekly challenge from Rachel at Roxy Creations. And especially because she said there are no Roxy police, I'm trying to finish my journal, and I made some cards using some pattern paper over top of a white card, and I really like the look of that. I need to create more corner areas, and I want to use fabric that I got this week. So this is the cards we're going to cover with pattern paper. This is the fabric. I'll show you a few pieces that I got. It's in the blues and the greens that I love. Oh, that's mine. So this is the cover. This is colors I have already, and I just needed some more fabric. So I sent away to Jessie at Aunt Henry on Etsy, and she sent me back. I ordered some of these fabrics. Some of them are quite large, some of them are smaller. So this one in particular, I'd like to make into a journal cover later. So I'm going to leave this one as is. Isn't that beautiful? It's like a tapestry feel to it. So I pulled out a few that I like the colors in for the journal that I'm working on. I'm going to put these away. They're all blues and greens. Those are my tones. Isn't this a neat piece of ribbon? It's really cool. Okay. But for now, this is the fabric I'm going to be using. There's some ribbons and trim here. And first we'll cover with the pattern paper. And then I'm going to use fabric and scraps on each one to make a pocket to put a tag in. So I think it'll be more like a tuck pocket as opposed to a full pocket, but we'll wait and see when they go on the page. Oh, isn't this pretty? This is from Carolyn's Craft Tree. I had sent away for these, and I'm putting one of them in there. She hand stitched this. Yeah. Okay, focus and keep going, right? First, we're going to cover the cards with fabric, paper from patterns, sewing patterns. How are you doing? Have you been productive this week? I haven't been as productive as I would have liked. But that's okay, right? Some weeks we're just not very productive. Now, when I tried to make this card before, I used some glue stick. Sorry, I want to stay in my viewing area so you can see what I'm doing. I wanted to say hello to the new subscribers. You have no idea how very thrilled I am to have you here. Last week I was able to have a few new subscribers and brought me to the number 100. Yay! 100 subscribers. And that's always fun. Okay. To know that you're reaching out and making an impact with what you're doing. Stay in the middle here where I'm filming, recording. I suppose using the word filming isn't necessarily correct because there's no film in this camera or this iPhone. It's I'm actually recording. If I had thought ahead, I would have cut this out first. The thing about Roxy Weekly Challenge is about finishing things, and I appreciate that encouragement very much. Getting things done. As opposed to batch making, I suppose, because then you do one element at a time. And that element part that is finished, but not the whole deal. All right. And there's one card covered with this kind of paper. I need to find some kind of card to push it down. Oh dear. Oh well, we'll have to cover that up with fabric, I guess. Or one side will be down, so maybe that's the side that I put down. Let's just use a little bit of this tissue to make sure that the gluey parts stay off my mat. All right, I have that covered up. Now I think what I would like to do is use a little bit of Distress ink on the corners, on the sides. I really like how it shows that it's almost textured. I was enchanted when I first tried this. I'd seen other people use tissue from Sewing Patterns, and I knew that, oh, I did it again. All right. Let's put a little more down. It's very apparent that I need to be more careful. Here we go. Put this down. I'm coming to the end of my journal, meaning that there's something on almost every page. I have to decide that it is done and just move on. Okay, let's look at what options we have of little things to create a fabric something here. You can see all the different colors of blue and green that she sent along. And even some fabric that's like a hydrangea. I think those are hydrangeas. Okay, let's try a little bit of this one. I suppose what I'm doing is I'm creating like a fabric flip on each of the pockets. Or fabric embellishment. Nope, tones. There's this one here. It looks like a tie-dyed almost. All these frayed edges we all like. I'm drawn to them. I get the sense everyone's kind of drawn to them too. Let's put that there. Some here. I tried to be smart and thread my needles first before I came on camera. Here is a little piece of stitching that I did last week to practice from Anne Brooks' challenge of 52 tags. It's called a fly stitch, so this is the one that was last week. So I just practiced a little bit on this piece of fabric. So let's use some of that in here. Fray it a little bit. How many more interesting pieces can I find? This, yeah, let's do this, a little bit of this. I have to tell you, I was very tempted to just hoard the whole stash and not use it at all, which would be self-defeating, I know, because I bought it so that I could use it. But yeah, as you can see, I thought, okay, if I use it for this challenge, that's a good thing. Sorry, the camera just went wonky. The arm is swinging. There, that should help. I hope it didn't make you seasick there for a minute. All right, let's put this behind here. You know what? I'm going to put it behind here. And then here. A little bit of this. Okay, there's some fabric on what will be a tuck or a pocket. What do you think? Underneath there. Is that enough? Maybe a little trim or a little ribbon. I was going to use these as a embellishment, a dangle or something on the edge of the journal, but I can use some of it here. There, that's enough of that. Put it down here. A little quiet, sorry. It's been that kind of morning. Quiet morning. Not all bad. Oh, make sure I have the fly stitch the correct way. The correct up correctly. All right, now we need to attach these to the card, and I have my Fabra tack. That is just such a joy to use, and I'm saying that kind of with sarcasm because I don't find it a joy to use. because it's gloppy. But it works, and that's what matters. Okay. Pull this apart a little bit. And put it down. I'm going to sew on the edges also, just to make things stay nicely and add some extra texture. Let's put this down here. Do you work with fabric a lot? I have to say this is I haven't been working with fabric much. So this is something new. Let's put this down here. So we had snow in North Carolina. Our part of North Carolina, we get snow maybe once or twice a year, and it's usually in January. So we had snow, and the children were thrilled. You see these tiny little snowmen everywhere. There was maybe an inch or two, not much more than that, of snow. But they had fun. The roads weren't even completely covered when it was snowing. So everyone was happy to see it and happy when it melted. When I look at the photos of those that are in Australia, and of course it's summertime now for you, it's neat to see how our planet is so diverse that we can be both. We can see pictures both from summer and winter at the same time. I know, could always have seen that, but that's something social media has done. It's made it very apparent to all of us that where we live is not the same as where someone else lives. Last year, when we first started this pandemic, someone invited me to a Facebook group, and it was called View from My Window. And it was just photos of when people woke, wherever they were on the planet, they would take a picture of their view from their window. And to see all the photos from around the world, it was amazing. I really enjoyed that thoroughly. And from South Africa, from Norway, you name it, that there were photos from those different places. And the fact that everyone was stuck in their space and they could only see what was outside of their window. But by sharing it on social media, it became a shared experience. All right. I wonder if a button would look good on there. I'm reaching for my mother's button box and really hoping I don't spill it. Okay, here is our, and I was thinking a button that goes there. Great big one. Let's That's an interesting button, but I don't like the color for here. Oh, that's not a button. That's from our grandson's play stuff. Obviously it looked like a button, and so Grandpa put it away. How about this one? This was from my mother's coat many, many years ago. It's a velvet button. She had a velvet coat. Obviously, she kept the button. Isn't that interesting? Or there's this one. What do you think of that one? Oh, I like that one. That's kind of pretty. Let's do this one. Okay. And to find my already threaded button, already threaded needle, and make a little bit of a pass through here a few times to make it look interesting. I'm going to glue it down. Sewing it through the card would be difficult, I think. Right, I'm going to So thank you very much to Jessie at Aunt Henry for sending me these lovely fabrics. They'll really help me feel like this journal is finished. One happy little button in the corner here. I think I can still stitch around with the sewing machine, or do you think I should leave it off? I'm going to leave it off for now, just in case. It'll be easier to stitch without the button on, but that's the way it's going to look. So I'm going to call this done because it pretty much is, except for the sewing machine stuff. Okay, let's work on the next one. That's one. And how much time have we gone through here? I have a timer on. I'm trying to locate it. Hey Portal, how much time on the timer?
Your timer is active and has 21 minutes and 49 seconds left.
Okay, so 21 of 45 minutes used up. Okay, we're going to carry on with the next one. 20 minutes, wow. All right, next. Here is a card, and we'll put it down. Like this. These challenges are working out well for me. Making the stitches one, I'm learning some new stitches, and just doing one a week is very doable for me. It doesn't feel overwhelming at all. And Roxy's weekly challenge from Rachel at Roxy Creations is doable for me also, even when in a week where doing videos isn't the easiest to do. I can do one 45-minute challenge. So I have one more to add on, challenge planned. It's going to be hand lettering. I think I mentioned earlier, and I showed in one of my other videos, some hand lettering practice pages. Well, I have 100 words that are positive and encouraging, and And I'm going to practice my hand lettering for 100 days. So obviously 1 word a day or more, but for 100 days, and get better. I hope. All right, there is. So just to remind me, that's the first one. This, we need to do another one. So here is something that's real pretty. It's got a little bit of writing on it. I liked this one a lot. I think it's French, or it's supposed to be French. So let's do the length. 100 words that are positive and encouraging and lovely for 100 days. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to create digital images of the words that I write in the hand lettering. And if anybody wants to have them, they can download them, use in their own projects as they choose. I have a website where I write. That's where all this grew from anyhow. It's called positivethanksliving.com. And last year I had done 30 days of being thankful included, and then so just practicing being thankful. I'm going to make this shorter, I think. And then at Christmas time, I had created a digital of these 100 words, but it was done on the computer, so they're all computer images, computer generated. So now I'm going to do them in hand lettering. They won't be perfect because I'm just starting to learn how, but that's okay. Got to start somewhere. I really like this green a lot. So let's put the green this way, and if I were to do it. Now, if you join me over on Instagram, perhaps that's where we met at first, on Instagram, you'll see some of the hand lettering that I do, and I'll incorporate it into my crafting videos also. All right, one more fabric, I think. Let's see what else. The hydrangea one, or this? Nope. Where did that hydrangea go? Here it is. Or is that too bright? It takes away from the dreaminess of this one. I like that one a lot. How about that? Nope, too bright. This one. Yeah, I like this one. Okay, let's just do a little bit of here. And some here. Sorry, I'm trying to stay within my area. That's why I have this up here, and I have some stickers down here, and as long as my hands are in the middle, I should be okay. You should be able to see what I'm doing. There we go. I suppose you'd call this a fabric embellishment. There's this too. That's sort of goes with this color. Interesting. It's got a sort of a sheen. I don't know if you can see it or not. Very quiet today. I haven't really spoken with a lot of people this week, so I don't know. How about you? From what I understand on the news, those of you in the UK, you're locked down. I wouldn't call us here in North Carolina particularly locked down. I believe there's a curfew, so everyone has to stay in at a certain time of the evening. It's been a quiet week. Maybe that's just the way it is for us right now. What do you think of that? That's kind of pretty. I mean, obviously, Rob and I talk. That's something we're very good at, talking. We talk about all kinds of things. And it's lovely to be able to talk with your spouse about this and that and ideas. And we like to watch TED Talks. Are you familiar with that? They're on YouTube. Different experts in different fields talking about their topics. It's a prepared speech, usually about 20 minutes. And on all areas of TED, I think it's technology, education, and something else. So if we put a button in the middle of there, yeah, so we'll watch a TED Talk that we're both interested in the topic and then discuss it, or what we think about the idea that we're discussing. How about green? Oh, that's too. That green is too mossy. That's too limey. Lime color. Maybe this is okay. What do you think? Here's an interesting blue. Great picky. Here? Maybe. More white one. Too small. Yep, let's do this one for something different. Okay. Okay, this is the one. Just put it off to the side as we glue these pieces down. Now, I don't have any lace or anything. What do you think of this lace? Just a little bit of lace in there. I like this lace. I might save it for the actual cover. Trying to find my cover. I might save that lace because that's probably just as long as what I need. Different lace. Let's see. I got some dark green lace. Trim. I guess this is more trim than lace. Too dark. Let's just go with what we have here and see what comes next. I've got a little bit of blue. Nope, don't like that. That's too dark. There's this. Or is this what I already looked at? No, this is different. That's too blue, not greeny enough. All right, let's put this down. Fray the edges a wee bit. It's a soft fabric. It's interesting. All right. Come on. There we go. I am very surprised at how well behaved this Fabri-Tac is being. Maybe because it's a full bottle, perhaps. And this is next, I think. Up here. Yeah, we have a portal that we use to try and stay connected with our parents who are in their 80s. They live in Canada, so not being able, and we live in the US. That's upside down. So not being able to see each other for more than a year now is difficult. And they don't see their great-grandchildren either. We can't travel there. The border is closed. So having a portal, which is the Facebook's device, that is a simple way for them just to use their voice to call, it has worked out fairly well. The nice part with the camera on the device is that it follows you around, meaning the camera widens when you're somewhere else as opposed to directly in front of it. And for the children who like to run around, and they run off to the corner to get something and they run back again, the portal camera will follow them. And when there's more than one person in the screen, then the device will widen, or the camera widens to show both people. That's really cool. So it's been a good choice for us at this time to stay connected with our parents. We had tea and cookies with Rob's mum last week via the portal. She had hers and we had ours, and we had a cup of tea and just had conversation together as though we were sitting across the table from her. And it was lovely. There we go. And then this one will go on like so. Seems a little flat though, not a lot of interest. What else could be on there? Now I have this, but I'm not really a blingy person. And the journal, like if you look here, The journal isn't a lot of bling in it, so. And maybe flat is okay. Example, if I had it on here, see if I had it on this page, like so, and it could just tuck something behind there. I think it's pretty. Okay, I'm gonna leave that. Hey Portal, how much time on the timer?
Your timer is active and has 4 minutes and 14 seconds left.
Wow, 4 minutes. Okay. Only 4 minutes. All right. Nope, don't like that green with it, that blue. All right, I think I'm going to call it done. And I only got 2 done, but that's okay because it's something new for me working with fabric like this. Yeah. I wish you well. Take care. It's Lori from Positive Thanks Living. And yeah, craft away.